ॐ मधुर सरलवाक्यै ईशतत्तं प्रकाश्य कृशगत परिशेषोऽपि ईशपुत्रो अमृतोजा तमतिशयं पवित्रं मेरिजां लोकबन्धुं परमप्रेममूर्तिं दीननाथं भजाम। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We bow down to Christ, whose sweet and simple words reveal the truth of the divine, who though crucified is immortal, the Son of God, who is purity incarnate, born of Mary, the friend of all, the Lord of the lowly, and supreme love personified. We salute him again and again. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today we are very happy that Swami Sarvapriyananda is with us. As you have already heard about him, and you have your personal experience, many of you have listened to him. And he is also very much popular. He is called the YouTube Swami. Yeah, when I went to some other place, they say, oh, that YouTube Swami is coming. Because, he has his, people like his talk so much, 180,000, 140,000, like that type of people are interested in his talk. So you can also just go to the YouTube and type his name and you see those things you can. So it is a privilege to have such a wonderful, scholarly, and also devout spiritual personality among us. We are here not to put our scholarliness, but also to live that life. So we are very happy that here is one such Swami, and Belur Math is so gracious that they gave it to us because he was in high demand. Anyhow, Mother provided for us. And he went to different countries to represent Vedanta and our philosophy of Ramakrishna Vivekananda. As you already, Swami Hari Namananda said a few words, I also add to that or repeat. So he joined this Ramakrishna order at one of the educational institution, which is called Devghar, which is in Jharkhand in 1994. And he has served the Ramakrishna mission in various capacities. He became the vice principal of the Devghar school, and he was the principal of a big educational institution which is called Teachers Training College. It is a college for not would-be teacher, but they are already teachers. Head master, we call India, headmaster and headmistress. Not mistress are not allowed, but anyhow it is for the men only. So it was headmasters and assistant headmasters of high schools, means 12th grade school or so they come for 1 year's training, and he was the principal there. And also, as you have heard, he is building the life of others, would-be monks in our order. They are already brahmacharis, but that's our seminary for 2 years. So he was there, and also one important, he was the first registrar of our university, which is called the Vivekananda University. That's near our headquarters in Belur Math. And so he also had a background of business management degree. So that part is also additional. So he speaks before different management groups to bring Vedanta in their life. So anyhow, and moreover, he is a very deep in studies of the Vedanta, Eastern and Western philosophies. So it is really a great privilege to have him with us, and I welcome him from the bottom of our heart and on behalf of you all. You will listen to him soon, so I will spend few minutes to talk about Christ a little bit. Oh, I think he will be much familiar with this Samadama.
We had a request from one of our devotees, so I just wanted to honor that. Devadatta, what was your request?
So why not you turn it a little bit so that others can check? Yeah, little turn. Yes. Because so that I think it is his subject. He is teaching all the time these things. And also he will speak of Christ and in between little bit of this. So I will talk about Christ. So that also it will be you have to listen to every time about Christ when I speak. I cannot add anything new to Christ because I cannot create something new. But we what we can get out of Christ, the life of Christ, the light of Christ, which can impact in our life. So, first of all, if you think Christ is, there are many Jesus, there are many Christ, Jesus by name. We are trying to think and meditate and imbibe the characteristics of one special carpenter's son. Is carpenter's son outwardly, but who is he? He is God incarnate according to our Eastern thought. We cannot. Swami Vivekananda says that if I have to worship Jesus of Nazareth, there is only one way left unto me, that is he is to be worshipped him as God and nothing else. And what was his greatness? Swami Vivekananda described the 3 years of his ministry were like a compressed and concentrated age, which it has taken 1900 years during that time, we will say 2000 years, to unfold, and who knows how much longer it will yet take. These are the beautiful words about Christ. And that is the person we are worshipping, who can give a concentrated capsule whose impact of spirituality will linger in the hearts of people for thousands of years. And that is the definition of an incarnation. Ordinary spiritual people, saints, they are localized. Their impact is localized. Their teachings are known to few people. But this incarnation is that whose impact goes all over the world. And as time goes, we forget everything in the passage of history. But incarnations spread their glory more and more in the hearts of people. It cannot stop. Unstoppable power of putting themselves into the hearts of all people and lifting them and saying, "Come ye, come to me, all ye that are suffering, and I shall give you rest." That is the Christ we are worshipping. Christ we adore. There is a beautiful talk by Swami Ranganathananda. You should read it. Beautiful. And in a compressed one talk, he has covered such a wonderful perspective of Christ. And also, see what he has taught. It is our spiritual ideal which is hidden, which is forgotten. In the Semitic religion, the God, the Lord, he was Lord of fear. You do this, otherwise you are slammed to. You are fearful, frightening God. And Christ brought God of love there, who can be communicated, who is my own. That relationship of love was the special contribution of Christ from the Semitic perspective to the new perspective of Christ's advent. And what we learn? We learn all the philosophies which is available in the spiritual history. He preached all those, but it was not popularized because the church wanted to preach one aspect or the other aspect, whatever is in their thought. But the message is so profound. It matches with our heart because we believe in this Vedantic thought that everyone is approaching the same Lord. But we view the same sun from the different flights of our spiritual journey. It's my common example I give all the time, that you take a picture of the sun from the ground on the earth and you see one picture. But you move towards the sun and go closer and closer and closer. Then what will happen? You will feel that you are made of the same material as the sun. This is nothing but the sun. This body, this wood, everything we see, it is nothing but the sun. And then you go closer, then you become you and sun. No distinction. You become one in that. So, Swami Vivekananda, that's why put this message of Swami Christ in this language to the masses who could not conceive anything higher than a personal God. He said, pray to your Father in the heaven. This is dualism. And to others who could grasp a higher idea, he said, I am the vine, ye are the branches. That means you and me are not different. The same spark. The power of the spark, of burning power, the illumining power, that is in the spark. Same what is in the big fire, bonfire. It is the God, the infinite light and bliss personified. They are all infinite joy, infinite blessedness. And the individual is separate. It is small, it is big, but it is the same. Every ripple is H2O, and the ocean is also H2O. It is a part and whole. That is called the qualified non-dualism. And ultimately, Swami Vivekananda continues, but to his disciples, to whom he revealed himself more fully, he proclaimed the highest truth, I and my Father are one. That is the greatest message whatever can be given, and that is the Aham Brahmasmi in the Vedanta. I am that. Thou art that. Prajnanam Brahma. That knowledge is Brahman, that absolute. Ayam Atma Brahma. This Atman is that Brahman. That is the highest wisdom of the Vedic culture or Vedic saints and sages. So this is the holistic teaching of Christ and the beautiful message which he has given in the form of through parables and other things that resonates in the hearts of the ordinary people. You can grasp higher philosophy to put into the language of human language, that itself is only it is left for the incarnations. Like you see in Ramakrishna's Gospel, you read there and how you see the parables and stories. Such small incident, some small story can reveal so much of the truth inside which is embedded. So Christ came for everyone, those who can grasp the highest truth and those who cannot, and those who live in this level of duality in which we cry and weep, in which we see the universe. Naturally we will have to say, who is the designer of it? If we see the temple, if we see this home, I cannot say, oh, I like this, but there is nobody engineer or no architect behind. So who is the grand architect behind the galaxies and stars and galaxies and millions and billions of Milky Ways and all this what we see? Who is that? Naturally, spiritual search starts there to find who is behind, who is behind. And the first concept comes, he is up in the heaven, somewhere else, and I am here. Say, a carpenter prepares one carpentry work, job, and he lives, and he is somewhere else. So it is a production of one who is separate. This is the duality, and that duality, even there, cry and weep. And that's why you will hear from Swami about the message, the Sermon on the Mount, which is the wonderful explanation of the message of seeing God, seek God, knock, and it shall be open unto thee. Be pure. Blessed are the pure in heart, but they shall see God. All this wonderful message is given. That is called Christianity. That is called love. And what is the end result of Christianity? Not to believe in some doctrine and dogma, but to see God. If you don't see, there is no God. There is no talk. It is only dogma and doctrine. And doctrines and dogmas have overwhelmed the whole world for time immemorial. We are not for that. This is the indication what Christ brought, and that side was forgotten. Then only rituals and forms, as in Hindu temples and other places we go, you only see the rituals and things going on, not understanding what is going on, not understanding what is the purpose of it. So that is the way the message of Christ brings God very close to us and directs us how to seek God, how to be pure in heart, how to be meek, all these wonderful teachings to imbibe. And that by that way, when the heart becomes purified, it will reveal the greater and vaster perspective of the Lord and ultimately the union with the divine. So these are the few ideas, and we also find that such messages, I will refer one or two such messages which we find that in the agnostic gospel, at one place it says that if your leader say to you, look, the kingdom is in heaven, then the birds of heaven will precede you. It is like Mira's statement, no? Nit nahan se hari mile to jal jantu hai, phalamula kha ke hari mile to badura badrai. You know, you are taking deep in the holy water, you will be free. Okay. Then the fish and crocodile and all this, they will get God realization first. They are always living in the Ganga. And if you think only eating vegetarian food, you will realize God, then you go to dung monkey and all these rats, and they don't eat anything but fruits. But how then realize God? What Mirabai said, Bina prem se na mile nandalala. Without love for God, it is only words, talks. That does not do. See here. So look, the kingdom in heaven, if someone says your teacher, then he said, then the birds of heaven will precede you. If they say to you, it is the sea, then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside you and it is outside you. Huh? What a wonderful message, you know. As if someone is teaching Vedanta, nothing else. Antarbahi jadi hari tapasa tato kim. Antarbahi jadi what is the other one? Jadi hari tatak kim. Na antarbahi jadi hari tatak tapasa tatak kim. What is the meaning of austerity? If you don't see God inside and outside, and if you see inside and outside God, then what is the need of tapasa, austerity? Austerity is only to see God inside and outside. See the beautiful parallel of these highest teachings which we find in Christ. So I have taken enough time because I will give Swami rest of the time to deal with, and he will also say whenever appropriate moment about these few questions you have asked. So okay, I only pray that we should take this real perspective of Christ and let his rays of light illumine our hearts. Thank you.